I want to get to that level of being able to hold like to maintain a conversation of that nature.
Don't we do it here?
We do it to a certain degree, but it's like comparing.
Apples and oranges.
It's like saying that, like, we're playing in a sand pit, building sand castles, and saying, "Well, don't we build skyscrapers?"
Yeah,
like
we're not real engineers.
Yeah. But I'm sort of following along with that conversation in a way.
Yeah.
Like,
I should turn the music off, shouldn't I?
I should put my phone on silent.
Throwing it up into the air. As in, I'm putting it on airplane mode.
Ooh.
Turning my phone into an airplane. That's what it means, right?
I'm turning my phone into a mute, just sitting in the corner, jerking off.
That's what you should do to it sometimes. Isolate it.
Yeah.
We shouldn't drink at the same time.
Okay, I'll get it out of the way.
As
that first sip, man. It's always that first sip. It's just fucking, it blows you away.
Yeah. By the way, if we've got to air right now, this is actually just hot water.
Yeah.
That's the secrets of the podcast. That's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's no coffee in this.
We don't do coffee. We talk a hard game like we're jacked to the eyeballs on caffeine, but we're not about that. We're just trying to appeal to various demographics.
We've certainly had some intro recording sessions.
Yeah.
Stimmed out.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get 5 intros done.
Stimmed off the map.
Like writing 5 scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got anything that's happened to you this week that's notable at all?
Oof.
That I'm finding out firsthand here? What's been happening?
No, nothing really has happened to me.
Really? Ever? At all this week?
Like this week is just
Have you been in some sort of vacuum?
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Nothing even that cool.
Yeah.
Like, I know I can definitely tell that it's not being cool, because when you ask me that question, my first thought is like various like incidents in traffic. And I'm like, man, you're screaming the barrel. If someone asks you how you're going, you just go straight to like,
traffic
fucking
talk.
arsehole cut me off.
Or the weather.
On the way here.
It's been a bit cold. Yeah, the footy. No, I feel the same way. When people ask you, what have you been doing? You're like, I don't even know.
Sometimes, yeah.
I should write a diary or I should.
I keep a journal, but it's all like, it's not based in, it's not facts about what's happening in my life. It's just like inspirational words.
Feelings and stuff.
Like positive thoughts, yeah. Which, so if you read it, you'd be like, I don't even know if this guy's real or if it's just a series of positive, like some kind of white girl's Instagram account. You know what I mean?
Are you sure it's a journal and not a manifesto?
Yeah, probably.
It sort of turns into that. Eventually you're like, fuck, this reads like some sort of Marxist pamphlet.
I should go back and read it. That's the point, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it?
It's 50% for me. It's 50%. I'll go back and read it.
Why did you redo
50%.
your pronunciation of fitty?
I know. I just thought
You did think you were a gangster in this?
it's too early. It's too early to pull out the gangster slang. I'll get there.
All right. 50 minutes in.
Yeah. No. What was it? Oh yeah. So when I like talk to various certain people, like as a broad classification, if they're like unfamiliar to me, and they ask me, like if I've only met them like a handful of times and someone asks me how I'm going, like 70% of the time I'll get like an immediate anxiety response and go completely blank about what like I had it today at work. Someone's like, what'd you do on the weekend? And like the blank hit me and I was like, like I'd probably have to like just sit here for like 5 or 6 seconds just to rehash it silently before I spoke and actually like had an idea of what I actually did, because I'm just like oh, in my head, which is annoying. So I just kind of like as I'm trying to like, because you got to feel the silence, right? Like 6 seconds of just quiet thinking is too much.
You just blurt something out that you did do. You're like, I went fishing. Did go fishing. Yeah, what'd you catch? Magic carp. Yeah, right. You get fired.
Yeah. These are the daily challenges that I face. Navigate. That's it.
It's a tough life.
It's kind of a blessing though. Because I feel like that's all I need to get over. It's like the minor kind of things. Well, it could be significant.
Daily minutia.
Just dealing with people and having anxiety with my interactions with people that I'm not like down, like full fucking sweet with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 0 to 100 with that question. How's it going? Or what have you been up to? It's either, not much, just the normal human things. Or I get real specific. Like, you really want to know what I've been doing?
Yeah. Getting specific is what I want to do.
To strangers as well.
Yeah. Like on the train or something.
People? Yeah.
What have you been doing, man?
Like, I don't take the fucking train.
I just started. Train life is like now a part of my life again. We parted ways in high school.
You don't live too far from the station, eh?
Yeah. I just walked down. But it's cool because listening to podcasts on the train, you're taking way much more information than listening to the podcast in the car.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon. I reckon it's
driving, you have to focus on what you're doing.
Yeah. There's just a little part of you that's like kind of listening, but you're not really listening. It's like, yeah. So when you're on the train, you're like 100% committed to what you're hearing.
Do you think the train driver listens to podcasts?
I know I would. I definitely would.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they even do?
Listen to train podcasts.
Yeah, but what is it? What does a train driver even do?
They put on the brakes when they hit someone in a wheelchair.
I thought we would have had that shit automated by now, eh?
Yeah.
Don't you reckon? Like we're getting close to having cars.
Oh yeah, fuck, they probably will.
Automated, like
pretty soon.
No one's talking about trains being automated. Or maybe they are. Maybe it's a thing elsewhere. It's probably a thing elsewhere because Perth,
Japan,
man.
surely.
Yeah, like those fucking high-speed trains just flying around at like 300 k's an hour.
We still got train unions trying to keep people in there. I just made that up.
Yeah. Transperth for a dog act though, eh?
Shit.
Just going to throw that out there.
Wow. Why?
What'd
they do to you?
They just... it's that whole revenue raising thing, man. It's that whole argument. You know, it's a pretty piss argument, but I like to throw it out there sometimes just to be...
I used to think like, oh, maybe I should like sell my car and just take public transport. But then I see the prices and I'm like, it's not actually that cheap.
Yeah.
Like to take the train, like once you get past 1 or 2 zones, it's like fucking like $10.
Yeah, I think I'm smashing 2 zones into the city and it's $3.10 each way. So, you know, bloody...
Hey, that adds up.
Commuting to work, to and from work on a day, $6.20. I mean, parking, if you had parking wherever you were going, then you arguably, free parking rather,
yeah,
it would arguably be
better.
Yeah, I would say.
You don't have to park a train.
Especially if you drive a car like I do.
Yeah. You drive a Hummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It runs off the scent of an oily rag, man.
The yellow Hummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking thing.
I love that thing, yeah.
Like not, I'm thinking of like one of those big Toyota, can't remember what they're called, but the
rollers.
The ones that look like, they're like Hummers, but they're Toyotas. I think they're Toyotas. And they just remind me of like Power Ranger cars.
Oh, yeah.
Like if they, in the Power Rangers, if they had to like go into the jungle or something.
You're talking about the one with a white roof? Kind of like a Lego car?
Yeah.
Cross like a Jeep and stuff like that. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they come in like all weird colours. Like you see like bright blue or yellow is mainly what I'm thinking of. But I've seen red. I've seen all sorts.
What do you think about Porsche Cayennes or whatever you call it?
Love them.
What do you think when you see those? In Claremont.
Love them. Oh, yeah, in Claremont. Where else would you see them?
Or South Perth.
Yeah. I saw one today actually in St. James. No.
What's that?
Across the other side of Orong Road. I saw a Porsche Cayenne in, no, it wasn't St. James. It was... Let's just, for the argument's sake, let's just say Belmont. It was basically Belmont.
What? Really?
Yeah. On my way over here. I was like, ooh, that's stolen.
Where were you coming from?
I was coming...
to come through Belmont.
Well, it was close to Belmont, but I can't think of the suburb.
okay.
But it's like to the same effect. It's like
Redcliffe.
shouldn't be a Porsche.
Cloverdale, Rivervale,
Cloverdale, I think.
Burswood. Really?
Yeah, I
Like
think, or
inside.
Qdale.
Oh, the other side of the highway.
Just off before you get to Orong Road. If you're coming from Albany Highway,
So the other side of where I live.
Shouldn't have been there. Definitely stolen. No, it was actually a Chinese man who was like,
A Chinese man.
he was like locking up a gate behind him. So and there was a few like stores along this little stretch of road. So I think he owned the deli or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit. Deli cash.
Yeah, man.
Raking it in.
It's good business.
Yeah. Sell sticker bars and salad rolls.
Mm. Yeah, and dude, they charge a fortune as well. Some of these little delis, like holy shit.
What always trips me out, it makes me a little depressed or whatever, is seeing those convenience stores that are situated in the middle of nowhere, but it's like in an industrial area.
Oh, like lunch bar sort of setup.
It's specifically just for these fucking these warehouses around the place.
Yeah, and they just got like bacon and egg sangers on the on fucking like just they're smashing them out like 10 at a time.
Dare iced coffee.
Yeah.
Coke.
It's so weird. There's something about like doing more trade related, like hands-on labor work that makes you just get a hankering for like some bacon and egg with like either barbecue sauce or tomato, whatever your preference is. But there's something about that work. I don't know.
It's because it's physically taxing, and you're like, fuck, I want
meat,
I want meat, I want
nutrient
bread,
rich.
It's pretty much everything that your brain is like, that your primal brain is like,
yeah,
this is what we need. It's like fat, carbs, protein.
Yeah.
When you get down to the nutritional value of it, you're like,
yeah,
it's not worth that.
But buddy, Damo's not thinking about that though. He's sucking that dare down and he's fucking bacon egg sanger.
2 Cokes that are eventually warm.
Oh yeah, with a bit of like fucking like white dust from like what am I thinking of? You just know like that white dust you get around on like building sites. It's just always there, like plasterboard kind of like residue.
Yeah, or like residue from like bricks.
Yeah, ugh, just covered in that, covered in paint.
Yeah, I always see like at servos like a meal deal.
Oh.
Where it's like a 4.20 pie and a dare iced coffee for like $5.
Yeah.
It's like, first of all, I have no idea if that is a good deal, but also that's not a fucking meal. Don't call it a meal deal. As if it's like, even like at Macca's or something, you call it a meal deal. It's like shit food, but it's still like, that's a meal.
Yeah.
But that's just like desperation.
Yeah, it is. But since I've changed up working like career wise, whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
Since I've changed scenarios, I haven't even remotely craved a bacon and egg sanger. You know, like I'd probably go down to like Sumo Salad now in the city and go and get something, or maybe go to the print hall and have a beer with the guys in the office or something. Yeah, I've changed.
You're a changed man.
I'm a lizard.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Man, I get home.
Print hall.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm still fleshing out all the inner city like white collar stereotypes. But it's like,
are you gonna get a vape and go vape on St George's Terrace?
Probably.
I see that every time I drive out there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good though.
Yeah,
I'm pretty happy with it.
No, Print Hall's good.
I've never actually been.
There. What are you talking about? Don't lie to me. I've been to Print Hall many times, but I'm like not in the demo. You know, just my young professional friends. Shouts out.
Yeah.
A tag along.
Is it good though?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
If you were a reptile, would you be able to see the appeal? Sucking down a few.
Yeah, because you're like in between all the buildings.
Squires.
You're like in the fucking CBD.
Yeah.
There's like skyscrapers. Yeah, expensive drinks.
Oh,
bartenders who know too much. That looked out at you for like ordering like a basic drink. Like if you're just like, they get a gin and soda, they're like, really? You're going to ruin this gin with a soda?
Who did you come with? Who dragged you along here?
Oh, I get that. Yeah, Jesus.
God.
Yep.
That's horrible. And what are they? These bartenders, are they like people that did like arts degrees and then they were like, oh no, I want to go corporate, so they went back and did like commerce or something?
I'm not sure. I think they're just like
nah, that's pretty.
I think they're just
bad.
booze snobs. They're like a separate thing, but they're like.
Are they the kind of guys
I can
that
sell
like
the most
beer?
expensive drinks in the CBD, so you go there.
Yeah,
you set your bar up there. Not it's definitely not the Scotto or anything like that.
Yeah. I feel way more at home at the Scotto.
Yeah,
like if you're gonna go to a bar, go to a bar.
I still got fucking duck hunting.
Yeah,
arcade games. It's like nowhere, anywhere has those.
Yeah,
not even like the cinemas.
And people still play it. You know, like
yeah, I've played it.
There's like,
yeah.
You go from the print hall where you wouldn't see one within like 10 kilometers to like somewhere where they have the duck hunting.
Not even ironically.
And no one plays it. And then even further down the rung when you're really, really the bottom end and they've got duck hunting and people actually play it, like drunk guys that are there like every night.
Yeah.
And then if we digress even further, it's like there's a TAB attached to it as well. And you can see from the normie bar through to the bar where the TAB is, and there's some old guy sitting there with those fucking like clear like aviator kind of spectacles, and he's just like fucking stuck to the bar with his arm, and he's got a beer in his hand. He's just like chatting up the barmaid. She doesn't want any of it.
Everybody in there smells musty.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of that. No. You don't need a TAB or a duck hunting arcade game at our print hall or in that area because they bet on people's pensions during the day.
Yeah, they're hunting people.
Yeah. They're repackaging.
That's where they get their thrills.
Yeah.
They're already jacked up on adrenaline when they get to the bar.
I'm throwing out some real derogatory white collar stereotypes. I can't say this stuff anymore because you're here. You can take that.
I'll take it on the chin. It's good. It's all in the name of humour. People get so caught up.
Yeah, I wasn't serious, so I'm gonna go extra hard. I just have to say that to anyone else out there.
Trevor Noah's been in the news lately. You know, old Trev, that
South
African
fella,
African American comedian, host of the Daily Show.
Why is he been in the news?
Oh, he just fucking. You know, when France won the World Cup, he basically did a little bit on the show about how Africa won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Like, because they're all like African descendants, and
yeah,
he got a letter from like some French ambassador, sort of like chewing him out for it.
Yeah, it's counterproductive. Like, I feel like the African population in France would be like, no, we're French. I mean, we're African descent, but
yeah,
we're proud French. He grew up here, you know?
Yeah.
He's probably like meant well by it. He's like trying to rep Africa, but
yeah. He hit back at the ambassador though. He had like the letter and he was reading it out on TV, and he was like kind of breaking it down and stuff, which is like a comedian's greatest tool, like greatest weapon when they're getting slandered or like people are talking shit about him, is like they have like the platform to kind of like tear it to pieces. That guy's just got a letter. So, but he pointed the finger at French colonialism as a joke, and then went on to actually made an interesting point about how basically this like whole idea of how when there's something negative that goes on in the African French or French African, how you want to say it, community.
Oh yeah, heard stuff like that. Yeah,
like if it's bad, they'll label them as African, and if it's good, they'll label them as French. Like they kind of want to,
right?
They pick and choose when they want to kind of use which side of it. Yeah. So that was cool. That was interesting.
Probably just have to ask Mbappe and Kante what they think.
Yeah.
Do you like that? I just drop names.
Just name drop them.
I know what they're about.
Yeah.
I know who they are.
Yeah.
Who else? Titi.
Paul Pogba.
He's not French. No. Where is he from? Pogba. Hugo Lloris.
There we go. That's pretty much
African
it.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rated 8. Probably now I rated about 90 on FIFA.
It's an exciting time to be playing FIFA when...
yeah, what's Mbappe going to be? I'm definitely going to get him in career mode.
Yeah.
they got to be over 83 rated and under 23 years old. Otherwise, I don't want to.
Yeah, that was it. That was the only criteria.
Quick.
Yeah. Oh man, I used to find the best gems. I used to like going in like scout mode and finding like a player that's like just generated by the game.
A regen, yeah.
Yeah, and then but they like turn out to be like a beast, and you're like,
just like the best in existence.
Yeah.
But they're like 6'4", but like super pacey, but like really weak.
Yeah, and they just get knocked.
It's just completely random.
And then you just like make your own player. That's like 99. You just kill it for ages. You get bored of that.
Yeah,
I used to get bored of that. I made a whole team once of like 99s.
Suffering. If you don't have suffering or any obstacles, there's no fun.
You don't enjoy it.
No.
You just start to wither. You need it. You need that suffering.
Yeah.
You need that struggle.
Which is why I start with a shit team like Perth Glory.
Yeah. You do. You start like a
bring them up.
Championship Division 2 team.
Try and get them into the Champions League.
And the seasons are so long.
Yeah, you got to
It's a long road.
Yeah.
To get them up to the Premier League and then fucking...
4-minute games. You got to do that, I guess. But
yeah. I used to charge through games at that rate.
Probably can't do that anymore, can you?
No, man.
No time.
FIFA doesn't do it for me anymore either.
Really?
No. I don't know how they get away with it. I don't know how they keep putting games out, making like minor adjustments and...
Yeah,
I guess
there's so much difference.
Realistically, people start losing their shit over like little changes, but at the end of the day, they're only like minor things. They're getting to the point now. I think I saw an advert the other day where they're like really pushing the idea of new tricks like hard. I was like, you've used up all the fucking like all the golden upgrades, and you've kind of like plateaued, and now you're just like, we've got new tricks.
Yeah. Because they can update the game as it goes. Yeah. Whether they release a whole new game. I guess the graphics get like a little bit better.
Yeah.
But like 17 to 18 or whatever, it's probably not going to be much of a difference.
Yeah. Good thing. The thing they got going for them as well is like you've always got new like stars coming onto the scene and new players and players are like, I don't know. You just get excited to see that kind of stuff. And just new kind of situation. So that's cool. But they're like, I bet they're just hanging out now for like VR to really take off.
Yeah.
Get people in the game.
That'd be awesome.
Like be a pro and you're like in this like room just like kicking the ball and stuff.
Yeah. Would you still use the controller, you think? Or like you'd use the controller but you just have the view, like the first person view? That'd be cool. Like
probably
you could look around.
That'll be how it goes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if you could first person FIFA.
Oh,
you look around. That's how you like.
They're probably developing it right now, I reckon. I'm going to butcher
You could probably
this.
do it yourself. Oh, no, you probably could because,
Yeah. I heard like, I can't remember. When did Halo come out? Like the original Halo? There's like I'm just going to pull a number out of them.
2004.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, 04. I heard that they were working on that for like, I want to say like 8 years.
Really?
Before it released. It was, confidently can say at least between like 3 to 8 years, I reckon. 3 to 9
That's
years.
A big rage.
Yeah. I'm just trying to cover my ass. So someone's watching, some fucking neckbeards watching, they're like, no, they worked on it for 9 years. But, that just illustrates like when the game actually comes out, it's like technology that was sort of like conceived many years before.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are they working on now that, might come out in like 2020 or 2021? Or,
yeah.
I think we're gonna get overwhelmed with VR like quickly. Like people just be like, what?
It'd be so immersive.
Yeah.
Like it'd rip people's lives away. Oh fuck, it would, hey.
Yeah.
Especially like a sandbox game, like a huge RPG.
Yeah, you disappear.
I played Fallout VR.
It'd just be your go-to. when real life gets a bit tough, just go and play some Fallout.
That's seriously dangerous.
Again, with like really loose facts. Apparently, like a lot of tech-minded people that are probably more in the social media space in Silicon Valley and stuff like that. Apparently, a lot of those kind of people, they are really like, they don't let their children play on iPads and don't let them get involved in all that. Like,
yeah,
I read an article about it.
Don't tell anyone to do that.
Yeah, like they understand the damage that it can do and like the dangers of it.
We need to put disclaimers on VR games in the future.
Yeah, I actually
possible carcinogen.
There was a Facebook, an ex-Facebook executive or something.
Yeah,
that,
I think we talked about this before.
Yeah,
he said,
"It's crazy what he was saying."
Yeah, that they purposely
like the dopamine, like they know exactly what they're doing, and
yeah.
I always go on about phones, but like literally the other day I was on the train and I was like, sort of like, you know, like one carriage from the back of the train.
Yeah. And
I was like by the doors looking back into this carriage, and it's like people sitting either side of the carriage. There's probably about 6 or 7 on either side, or like all of them just all on their phones. Hey, you know, some people giving it like the old grandpa like kind of thing, and then others just with the one hand because they're fucking awesome, and they're just like this, like not even looking around, like
scrolling.
And I was watching them for quite a long time. I could get away with it because like they had no fucking idea.
Yeah, I feel like though, isn't there the argument that like, oh, go back 20 years or so, everyone was doing with newspapers?
Yeah,
like it was just kind of like,
it probably was like that, but
yeah.
So, but that, to me, that just like, I don't know. I don't even know why I had this view, but I just feel like people should be interacting with each other even in those environments.
On a train? Isn't everyone terrified of people interacting on a train?
Yeah.
Or is it just like certain types of people?
Certain types, but
yeah, you don't.
That you become that certain type if you even if you're totally normal and you just try and
But if everyone did it, you wouldn't be that one skits cunt.
Yeah, but like it's like maybe we were doing that with newspapers 20 years ago, but that to me just means that it's like a bigger, like it's more of a like systemic problem.
Yeah.
Like, and that the newspaper is just the tool and the iPhone is just the tool to kind of like facilitate it. Yeah,
but there's an undercurrent.
There's like an issue. Maybe it just comes about because it's very interesting, like examining individual behaviors when you see people in a collective group. It's very interesting. Like one of the most common examples that gets talked about all the time is at traffic lights. This I'm one of those guys that gets to a traffic light and I'll like suss it out. Like I don't even look at like the green or red man. I just like look for cars, and if it's cool and I know I can get across in like a few steps, I'll go for it. And so quite often I'll do that. And there'll be people that have been waiting at the lights, like for the green man for like 30 seconds to a minute or whatever. And they'll like look at me and then like go, like they'll join in. And it's like, people, this is what I've always believed is when people, even if you're a dominant character, that you have to be so significantly dominant for this not to apply to you. But when people get into a big group, for some weird psychological reason, they like forego any individual thought that they have, any kind of divergent thinking or, thinking that doesn't, that contradicts the general vibe. They just let go of that. Yeah. I've been a victim of that. Like you just, if you're maybe in your situation where it's busy and you're all going the same direction as like maybe after the footy, like no one knows where to go. It's like a busy, like in a tunnel or something, and people just follow each other. Like no one works it out for themselves. They just kind of all go in. Like
ducks behind its mother.
Yeah.
Behind their mother.
It's super interesting watching people like in group situations. It's
probably an evolutionary thing where when people get into groups, they're wired to work together even if they know it or not.
Yeah.
And I guess one of the reasons why a lot of people shut down in public when there's, on the train or on the bus or in the city, it's probably people and decision fatigue.
Yeah.
There's probably just too many people in that one area.
Yeah.
In these urban areas. So you just shut down because probably to your primal brain, it's probably a bit scary. You're like, who are all these strangers? People whose faces you've never seen. You know what I mean?
Do you think
so? It makes sense that there's an obstacle to it. You know, looking up and looking around and sort of chatting to people.
Do you think people, as a general rule, when they're in a group, they kind of let go of their own decision making because they just assume that there's someone who's more knowledgeable, more capable.
If they're not leaders,
doing it.
Yeah.
I hate, like, because I'm so aware of it, I hate getting caught out in those scenarios where I'm like following the pack, or it's not something that suits me. It's not, I don't feel like that's what I want to be.
Yep.
So I say that, but I'm only at the point of like being observant of it. I don't actually act any other way. Really, unless I'm super confident in whatever it is that can lead me away from the pack.
Yeah.
But it's super interesting. I'm probably saying stuff that I like talking about various like psychological concepts that are like quite obvious to someone watching that knows, but I can't like label them or give them a term.
I just thought of an example that's like that happened to me on the weekend. And it happens like all the time, but like after a night out, people are like, oh, I'm hungry or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, even if people don't really want to, they'll just like go along with it and go and get some, like go to Macca's or something, get something shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't even think about it. You're like, oh. But lately I haven't done that. I've been the only one like not bought any food.
Yeah.
And it feels good. It's like, oh, you like snapped out of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you felt that? Have you experienced that? Like everyone will just get food without really thinking about it.
And then like you can tell who did it just out of like some kind of weird group think kind of persuasion, because they'll like barely touch it, or they'll be like, they'll just waste a whole bunch of it. You're like, something went wrong in the decision making process there. Yeah.
Because you're like, they're eating. I probably have to eat as well.
Yeah.
But you don't actually have to eat.
Well, that's probably like a real deep-seated kind of instinctive response, because
when it comes to food,
like when the tribe's eating, it's like
you eat.
We've hunted, we've got something, like now eat now or risk not knowing when you'll eat next.
Yeah, but we live in a world. We live in a society where you just don't need to worry about that. You can just wake up in the morning and get food from your house.
We haven't adjusted to that by any stretch, across many, many different kind of scenarios. It's very fascinating, I think, to kind of like look at a situation and be like, oh yeah, like that's happening because, 10,000 years ago, this is what it was like. And we're still operating. That's still our operating system. It's outdated. We need like to be experiencing this kind of like reality, this kind of urban reality for a hell of a lot longer before we start to be like, and that'll be interesting too, what kind of like behavioral and like instinctive,
where we adapt,
like what kind of things.
I don't know if we should, hey. Behaviorally maybe, but like physically there's things that physiologically happen to us that are great. We could adapt for like the stress of workloads, too many people, the environment around you. We could adapt for that. Yeah. We could, deal with chronic cortisol levels a bit better, I guess. But
we'll just get better at dealing with like fucking Karen banging on your desk telling you need to get that report on her desk by Tuesday. Maybe in a couple of thousand years it won't freak us out. Won't give us anxiety.
It's always Karen.
Karen. It's always Karen from HR. Excuse me, can you just come into my office? I need to talk to you.
Why? What did you do?
We just need to evaluate your job performance.
You can't be touching people like that.
KPIs. That's a toxic thing.
KPIs. Key performance indicators?
Yeah.
Cool.
You want to earn money, you want to feed yourself, and you want to survive. We're gonna need you to hit your KPIs. You haven't been hitting your KPIs lately, Dave. Now get out there and sell some computers.
Well, they talk to you like a coach. Just do something. Don't think, do.
Do it, Dave. I don't want excuses. Excuses for weak people. You're not weak, are you, Dave?
On the road to the Holy Grail. Anyway. Yeah, what were we talking about?
I mean,
toxic.
If we adapted to our environment, how would we behave?
How would we physically change, like our bodies? Oof. I mean, our feet have already kind of physically changed to the fact that we wear shoes. We got all squished up toes and fucked up arches.
I think,
but that's not an adaptation. That's more like mutation, or no, I don't know what the word is. You know what I mean?
I think if you fast forward 10,000 years, and this might be like just the most ignorant, uneducated bullshit, but like it's kind of interesting to say anyway, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you fast forward 10,000 years, I think one of the biggest factors that separates us is lifestyle. Like how, like right now, it's like what do you do? What do you do? What do you feed yourself with? How active are you? What, do you look after your mental health? Do you meditate? What are you doing? What are you doing? 10,000 years in the future, like, because we're all the same more or less physiologically, mentally, everything, right, biologically, like right now, because we've sort of emerged from conditions that were very similar realistically, but now we're living in these big built up urban environments where you can choose to go to McDonald's, or you can choose to eat something healthy, you can choose to go for a run, or you can choose to sit down and watch TV. There's so much diversity in how we can behave now as opposed to before. So I think if you go forward 10,000 years, I think we're going to have like almost like different races of people based around lifestyles. So you'll have like maybe pockets of society where you have like a lot of like kind of like biohacking minded people that have sort of influenced each other in their little circles, and they're more, they're looking after themselves, and so they're probably more physically capable and mentally sharper. And then you've got maybe, and then it's sort of like socioeconomic status kind of plays into it as well, because not everyone can sort of afford to do things that are best for them physically, mentally and stuff. And so, all these factors basically playing out to where lifestyle is the biggest determinant of these kind of like these races that are kind of splitting off, and
So you think instead of becoming a monoculture because of globalism, increased connectivity via the internet, we're going to have even more branches off the cultural tree? Because those are all cultural sort of sects or phenomena.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the biggest constraint to that like idea is that if we do have like technology that gets advanced enough to the point where we integrate with it and become more of like a hive-minded like single entity,
I think
it wouldn't happen. But
I think we will eventually actually culturally meld together. I feel like
what's going to happen
because
to people like, how are we going to merge all these different religions and ideologies when we have this kind of like coming together and
time,
like
just enough time to be separated from, say, your grandparents were like the last generation of your family to like have their own specific culture.
Yeah.
But now you're like part of the mega culture,
but
of this now like cyborg sort of emerging technology-based organism, which is what we probably eventually will be.
Yeah.
AI, etc. Then it'd just be time, because you'd be able to like, my grandparents were,
but those
Australian and had this specific culture, but now.
But where does it go? Like
remove far enough.
What gives? Like if you have like, for simplicity's sake, you have like this technology that can allow two very, very different races of people with vastly conflicting ideologies and like beliefs and like values. this technology can merge these two, but like when that sort of when that unification takes place, like what happens to those ideas? Like who's like when it kind of like
become part of history,
they like blossom into this like unified entity. What kind of values does that entity have?
Well, parts of it will get taken up into the mega culture.
Yeah.
In the way that there's been so many sects of Christianity, etc., but now there's sort of one, at least in the mainstream, there's one.
Yeah. Christian
church, you know what I mean? And like aspects of whatever that culture was would be part of history. So, you know, just the what's the word? Not remnants, but yeah. I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to pull some sort of Terence McKenna quote from my head that I know he's definitely said about, you know, the concept of history itself. But
I reckon maybe I hope there's a lot of people that don't embrace that kind of technology, because I think if I'm being really critical about the human race, I think there are sections of the human race, not based on anything about race or color or like nothing racist, if anyone's going to take it to that place. But I think there's people and sections of our race that we could probably leave behind. Like it's back to that carriage thing. We could probably just cut the last carriage off and
that's a dangerous game to play though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not talking genocide. I mean, I'm just saying they don't get a chip in their head.
Where does that carriage go though? Does it fall off the edge of a cliff or?
They can go back into the forest. Oh, I saw something recently. There's a guy in, I think it's Brazil. He's in the Amazon rainforest, which covers, I think, Brazil and sort of across multiple countries in South America. But for argument's sake, let's just say Brazil. I'm probably wrong. Anyway, in this region, the laws are that Aboriginal people have a right to land, and there's some kind of contract that's written up that says that there's this guy living in a certain area, and there was footage of him like chopping down a tree with an axe. He's just like this bearded guy, like a totally tribal, like completely cut off from society. He doesn't even have any concept of technology, like modern technology. He's cutting down this tree, and the reason this footage exists is because people have to go and film him regularly to prove that he's still alive, so that people that want to can't come into the area and like deforest it and build farms or whatever.
Yeah, it's fucked.
So they're filming this guy, and it's like he's the world's loneliest man is what the article was titled, because his entire tribe was slaughtered when they got into conflict with local farmers, because he's actually like remarkably close to civilization, but sort of the area that he operates in is quite small, so he doesn't really come into contact with anyone. But yeah, he's hostile. Like he's fired arrows at people and stuff if they've gotten too close. And the guy that was filming him was like ridiculously close too.
Whoa.
This guy's got an axe. He's just like, he's pretty jacked too, because like every day is a battle. He's like constantly just working out.
Yeah. It's like, hey man, what do you do to get those abs? Oh shit!
He kind of looks like, you've seen that guy in New York, like the crazy, almost Afro. He's a white dude, but he's got like this like Afro-y kind of look, and he's a big beard, and he wears like rainbow leotards and stuff, and he's just like super crazy. He's like a normal guy, but he's just that's a fascinating story as well. He's just like goes around New York, and he's quite famous in the area, and he just like does all these street performances where he's like trying to break down like social barriers. Like he just does the weirdest stuff. Like
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I remember a video.
Yeah,
he's just like screaming or something. He's naked, maybe.
Yeah, he was naked, I think he was naked, or he has like just like swimming like trunks on. But there's like a famous video of him where he's like talking to this lady, and he's just like, "We are all one," like coming out with these like really remarkable statements. But he's like a normal dude. Like there's a documentary on him and he's just like a normal guy, but he just like really passionately believes in like coming together and that sense of community, but he just takes it to that level extreme where he just does these crazy performances on the street and like tries to get people involved and tries to like break down this like weird, like instead of like I'm the weird guy performing and you're just all scared of me, like let's like break that down and like come and talk to me, and people actually engage with him and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I
think I've seen one of those videos. On the isolation thing though, no matter how isolated you make yourself in the middle of the forest or the Amazon or whatever, eventually by 2022 we're going to have 5G. And no matter how hard you try, you're going to be touched by technology.
Yeah.
Because that travels, that's pretty potent fucking frequencies being pumped out across the earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's inevitable that it's a pessimistic view, but like it's probably inevitable that every square inch of the earth will be covered in some form of technology.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's tangible or not.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it's going to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
it's
just hope that we can just preserve like pockets of natural landscapes. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about all the things he just doesn't know about.
That guy?
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
You don't know what you don't know. So, yeah.
That's why it's so mind-boggling for me. It's because I know what he doesn't know. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I get like
you're
both
like a
sides
god
of
to
it.
him, sort of. You're sort of omnipresent him because you're seeing videos of him.
Yeah, he has no idea that I've seen him
from across the world.
We would never have seen each other ever.
Yeah, wait till someone fucking live
circumstances.
streams him. Then that's real shit.
Some fucking idiot. I'm not fucking live streaming
Their life.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, he's living a virtual reality that you can't really put yourself into. One day you could though, because we've talked about it, haven't we? Experience VR, like life experience VR.
Yeah.
To sort of empathize with other people or to experience some sort of event. Experience. I've mentioned like, there could be a market for it in the future of like you could go partying in VR instead of like negatively impacting yourself physically.
Yeah.
In the material world, you could party in VR and get that AD system there.
Oh, that'll definitely be a thing. And I've always thought for people that are like full body paralysis or with various like neurodegenerative conditions, like they're just not having a sustainable quality of life, that they would benefit hugely from being able to like put on like a VR headset and like to get it to the point where it's like it interfaces with your senses as well, so that they can pretty much have a complete, authentic, fully functional life experience.
Yeah, or
that'd be good.
Dropping into a war-torn zone.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, and just like seeing people getting like fucking blown up in front of you.
Seeing drones drop bombs on you.
That I reckon that introduces a whole new like branch of psychology as well. It's like kind of like secondhand, like PTSD. You know, you didn't experience it. You were never in any danger, but you saw things, man.
Yeah, because you don't really experience PTSD from video games, no matter how good the graphics are. But in VR, would it be the same? Would your brain be able to differentiate between the material world and the virtual world?
If it can interface with your senses flawlessly, like it would just, you wouldn't be able to tell. It would be like, it would probably be dangerous. I reckon they'd probably need to have some kind of like classification for it. Like you'd probably have to undergo like rigorous psychological testing, really. Yeah. It wouldn't be for everyone, because you'd watch it and you'd like it would definitely happen. Someone would pull the goggles off and they'll just be like white in the eyes and they'll be like
that's some sort of
just forever.
Fucking can't think of a movie. I don't know movie references. I don't know. Clockwork Orange. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
okay,
that.
cool. You feel that?
Just sitting there, eyes open.
Yeah, it's a form of torture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once become a mega culture, you can just go back and experience some of those cultures from the past via VR. And then you start a revolution. You're like, I missed this culture that my family was a part of generations ago. I want to bring back some cultures.
We'll live in like some kind of virtual chat room like place where there's a chat room for everyone's tastes. You know, you can like go and like live like there'll be people that were like super fond of like the 60s and they just go and live out their lives.
Stuff like that.
Well, I know there's like people out there
Reddit
that
forums.
like, yeah, there's a TV show that's like based around like people like that. Yeah, I just remember seeing like a trailer for it. This lady's like living like this. It's like the 60s or 70s, but it's like her entire house, the whole interior is just 60s, and she just like acts like how they were. And
dude, there was a psychological study that they did where they took a bunch of old people, bunch of old fogies, and they set up this like old monastery or whatever, like an old building, and they recreated it to look like it was from the 50s. Yeah. Like the decor, the food, the music, the smells, the clothes that they wore. They recreated it all. And they brought these people in, and it was an experiment of nostalgia and see what it would do if you spent time like living back there. Jeez. And all sorts of crazy things happened. Like their mood started improving. Their cognitive abilities started improving again, because they would do like cognitive tests like before and then during and then after and stuff like that. And everything changed. More dopamine was occurring. Like physically, they were more nimble.
What was the time period that they were?
50s.
The 50s.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why that? Like, why did they specifically choose that?
Because all these old people, they were like just probably guessing like, oh, their peak life, like with their 20s was in the 50s.
Oh, right.
So it was like it was like seeing the physiological effects of nostalgia.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what it does to people to go back to their prime, their physical prime. Sort of a rudimentary virtual reality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nostalgia. Especially when they set it up so much, so intricately like that. Isn't that interesting? Apparently there's a story about like one dude that like at the end of it, he like got rid of his cane and started playing touch football.
Wow.
He was like, fuck this. Yeah. I'm sure it didn't last. But
no, yeah. But it's interesting. He was motivated to do that. Like, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Did they all start smoking as well? I'm just like, just doing all the
shit. Yeah, they could all have to do with epigenetics. I think that was sort of the sort of field it was.
Yeah.
Of like, yeah, in your physical peak, there's good memories and like feelings attached to it. So if you revisit it, you could bring that back literally in real time. That's crazy.
That's almost like maybe like just an extension of the concept of like just well, I was listening to a podcast recently that was all about body language, and like they did a study where they were testing the effects of like how various like behavioral like things that you can do with your body can influence your mood and your response to certain stimuli. So they set people
smiling.
up. Yeah, smiling. Like they had like a group of people smiling while they watched the cartoon, and then they had a group of people that were just normal watching it.
I'm happy.
And well, as you'd expect, the people that were smiling enjoyed it more. They reported that they enjoyed the cartoon more. So yeah, that's cool. And then just like positive thinking in general.
Isn't there like temporary like mood boosts for people who get Botox that like lifts up their eyes and stuff in their mouths? Like temporarily they're like
just as like a
little bit.
Wow. Yeah.
Until it like sort of settles back into like Yeah. So I guess post surgery, it's like really tight. Yeah. So they're forcing it like that.
Everything's okay.
Everything's okay. I just spent $10,000 on my face.
I don't need to go back and go to garden parties at Trisha's and take Valium and drink white wine all afternoon.
That sounds fucking trill, dude.
I'm happy. Yeah, some of those like American like upper class suburban white mums, they're like low key like living like rappers.
I was thinking that, yeah.
They're just out there getting like barred out and sipping champagne all day, and like they don't know where their kids are. They don't give a fuck because they're reckless.
Yeah, they got nice cars. When you're 100 years old, if someone did an experiment with you like that, how would they deck it out? The music, the smells, the look.
Damn.
Would it be a right now? Is your physical peak probably 20s? I know that the music they'd play would probably have to be Travis Scott for me. Even though that probably like sparks some sort of dopamine release anyway. No matter how old you are, who you are. But yeah.
Put me into what we consider currently as like a modern open plan house.
Yeah.
With like nice finishings, like titanium, like stovetop, marble. This is getting a bit spectacular, but like a marble bench top and like...
You can do whatever you want. It's an experiment.
Yeah, I mean, basically my house right now.
Yep.
Plus we've got a record player, which is cool, but some records I would want to see would be like Current, Colonialism, Quite Child. I wouldn't, you know, some all day records wouldn't go amiss. I think that would be good on record. I'm so shit at talking like my favorite music because it's just so crazy. But like, yeah, pretty much all the kind of music that I'm really vibing out to now. If there was just records of that, because I definitely, without a doubt, want to listen to a record.
Yeah.
Like I don't care like what happens to music now.
Yeah.
Like what kind of technology we have, what kind of sound engineering, you know, where we go with that. Like records is just like forever cemented as like just like
It's weird to think about, isn't it? That the music that you think is really good now, that is the now, in 20 years, it'll be like, oh, that's the music I liked 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you already have that feeling of, oh, that's what I liked 5 years ago. And it doesn't feel like it did in the moment.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Like I'm getting that. I'm starting to get that in a big way with like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Because it was like about 5 years ago that I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Akon.
Linkin Park for me is well and truly into that state. Like, because that was me. I was into that in like year 6, which was like 2005.
Well,
that's like 13 years ago, man.
Yeah,
it's hectic.
Year after Halo came out.
Yeah, I was just playing Halo and just
I've become so numb. Getting all edgy for no reason.
Yeah.
It's like nothing's actually wrong.
Their album, like it was like Jay-Z, Linkin Park, Collision Course. I knew all the lyrics to all the songs because I used to listen to it like on repeat while I was doing I used to do Kumon, which was like outside of school.
I did that too, the math shit, because you were fucking
English
a shit kid.
Yeah. Or the shit
Drop
kid.
kick.
Yeah.
A shit kid.
Yeah.
A shit bird.
And so I just learnt Linkin Park.
Couldn't put numbers together.
Yeah. God damn.
I've actually killed that shit though. It's fucking easy. It was like
Division. It was just like, I was just in it for the music.
Yeah. Keyboard. What the fuck? Oh, traumatic.
Yeah,
Fuck that shit. School, all that shit. God. Sitting in some sort of community centre.
Yeah, with like a bunch of random kids from other schools and shit. Like, I don't want to talk to you.
They smell weird. I don't like them. They look sticky.
It could have been worse though, eh? There could have been one Kumon instructor going around just like
touching
kids and shit.
Yeah,
I bet it happened somewhere.
Touch it.
Because it was like pretty loose, eh? Like kids would just walk in and out. Loose. There'd be like one lady and she'd just like check your shit that you did while you're in there. She's like, yeah, all good.
Did she? I don't remember anything about like what we did there.
Yeah, you'd come in and like, I don't know, they'd like, I think they used to check you as you came in and they'd like work out like who you are or something. They had like supervisor there and they'd they knew how much kind of work you needed to get done in that session, and you'd be there for like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And then they'd check it.
Ugh.
And then you could go.
So boring.
That's fucked. Yeah, they should have just...
Being a kid is so boring. That's why kids are like love or are addicted to video games. It's because it's the best thing you could possibly do.
Yeah. I took it for granted. You had like having no responsibilities, like you just don't, in a regular lifetime, you just don't get that ever again after you grow up out of being a child. Like you never get that again unless you ball out hard.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh yeah, I don't have to do fucking anything now.
You can do it when you get home. You can like do a quick workout and then just play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you have a partner that...
You couldn't sustain it for like, well, I mean, for like years though. Like as a kid, there was at some point as a kid where you're like old enough that you're like aware of the shit and you're like, this is cool. We can do like, I can just do stuff.
Yeah.
And then from that point, you probably had like 5 years of just like, I just have to like show up to places that I get told to go to and do things and then I'm cool.
Yeah. But eventually you don't want that. You're like, I want to do my own things.
Yeah, I want to drive. I want a license. I want to be able to drink.
I want to get fucked up.
Girls. Like all that stuff.
Or boys.
All boys, yeah. All boys. All boys. Or wait, whatever like gender pronouns are there now?
Well, back then as a kid, you wouldn't even really think about that.
Yeah, what a different time it was.
Yep.
Oh.
It was the Wild West.
Yeah. I don't know how I made it out of childhood, eh?
What's the loosest thing that happened to you as a child?
I don't know, maybe like went over my handlebars on my scooter or something.
Oh, fuck.
Fucked my shit up.
Yeah, like real like unsupervised, just like chaos.
Yeah. I went down south one time with like my dad and sister and his girlfriend at the time, and like my sister and I went out like off exploring, and we went to like this, we like sort of went over this massive like hill and then through this like sort of foresty area into like a big paddock, and we were just like walking along, and then we got chased by cows.
Chased by cows?
Yeah, and at that age it was like,
aggressive cows.
I don't know that they're not going to fuck me up.
Yeah,
they were aggressive. They were like mooing from a distance, and then they started coming in like, like they were coming for us.
So the cows are not like the bulls, not the whatever.
No, I'm fairly certain they were cows, and they were like coming in having a real good look, and like they were running at us, and we got stuck in a big patch of like mud.
Ugh.
I think my sister lost her shoe, and I was crying, and she wasn't keeping up, and I was like, Emma, come on, we're gonna go. Like I was like full terror.
What if she remembers that?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of did really well to block that out until now.
Yeah,
so
you were in a flashback then.
It's pretty freaky.
Yeah, yeah. Kids are pretty much invincible, because I had some moments where I like should have fucking died or something.
Yeah.
Like I was like playing like just like play fighting or whatever. Like there was a mattress situated like right next to a pool table.
Yeah.
Like the mattress was like on the ground. Cousin was staying over or something. And it was like bouncing on it like a trampoline. And then eventually like I sort of fucked up and sort of went on an angle.
Yeah.
Like that. But it just went, like this part of my face just went straight into the edge of the pool table.
Oh,
like bounce,
shit.
On an angle, just smashed my face. Fine. I was fine.
Really?
No damage, no physical damage.
What? Dude.
Yeah. Who knows if there's problems that I have from that, but I think I was fine.
Yeah, I wasn't a kid, but I fucked my shit up paintballing, hey, like pretty badly. I was probably 18, I think.
That's borderline not a kid though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Like paintballing, running, getting shot at by probably some of my mates that we all sort of went out and did this big paintballing thing. and I was running into this building. There's like a step up, and then like across the top of the door frame into this building was like corrugated iron. It was definitely too low.
I could already see where you go with that.
Yeah, like I'm not really thinking straight because I'm running, I'm getting shot at. I see the step, obviously I know I got to jump up, but I think I probably jumped a bit too high and fucking smashed the top of my head on the corrugated iron. And all I remember is just like straight away, like just like, you know, when you get hit in the head hard, you like get that flash, that white flash. Yeah, I got that. Next thing I know, I'm just like on the floor, and I just like pulled myself, like kind of drag myself along the floor against the wall, and I just like sat there. And at this point, this is only a couple of seconds after the impact. At this point, this blood's just like rushing down my face mask.
Oh my God.
And I just put my hands like this on the side of my head and just pulled my legs in, and I just sat there, and I actually didn't know how I was going to get out of there, if anyone knew what had happened. But fortunately, one of the instructors comes into the doorway and like picks me up, and like at that point, the trauma, I was like completely disorientated, like blackout drunk level. Like I couldn't walk, like my legs were just like jelly. It's fucking horrible, man. And like my head, like instantly just in like the most immeasurable pain, and just everything's swollen up, and holy shit.
There's definitely like a little bit of damage that lasts from that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it builds up, you know. That's what happens with CTE. But you could have sued them. What the fuck?
I know, yeah. Yeah, I probably could have. And then so this is the next 2 hours was just fucking horrible, man. Like we jump into this van, one of the paintball like supervisors, and we're like rushing to the hospital, and it's like this bumpy road, and every bump it's just like complete agony. And like I can't move. I'm just like, and then like really the next thing that I remember was like, I remember like being in the like triage area in the hospital in a wheelchair, full camo, like arms like Stephen Hawking, like just like I couldn't move. I couldn't move anything. Like I wasn't even sure if I'd like paralyzed myself or something. Like I was in so much pain, and there was a head injury, and I was just traumatized and stressed out like to the max. I just couldn't move. And I was there just, I remember my friend, Brandon was there actually in the hospital as well, and Luca. And I was just like,
shuts out,
slurring my words, just like, oh, this is the worst shit. And then they rushed me through and got me in there into the doctor's, like in the surgery room, and laid me back on this chair, and like just straight away injected local anesthetic all through the wounds. Whoa. And at this point, it's like a cut across the top of my head down to my skull. And they're injecting it, and like just after, and that fucking hurts too. Getting like a needle like into a fresh wound.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Fuck.
I was like gritting my teeth like hardcore, just like grinding the shit out of my teeth. And then as soon as they finished the injections, I felt like immediately better. I was just like, oh shit, I can like think again, and like
far out.
And then they stapled me up 16 staples right across my head. Still got the scar.
Did they have to shave your head or anything?
No.
Okay.
But it's like a big one, like right across the top. Oof. That's the worst trauma I've ever experienced.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think I can top that. That's pretty fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I like screamed in agony when I did it as well, which I have no recollection of.
Like a blood curdling scream.
Yeah.
Dying. Yeah. Now you can laugh about it. You probably don't even laugh about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't think of anything. I've probably almost drowned sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going?
110. That's pretty decent.
That's piss all. That's less than half the last week's with Deck.
Oh, man. That was such a bitch to edit. That fucking thing. Oh, yeah. Should we give it a plug?
Time.
In case anyone's still going?
Sure.
Okay.
I feel like someone watching this right now probably has watched that episode as well.
Yeah. Well, if you enjoyed the episode, subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
And I reckon now is probably a good time to say it. Going on to iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, at the least, those 3 platforms, probably around early August. So that's pretty exciting.
Title.
The Layman's podcast, we're doing it. We've got a big pub crawl to launch it. So I guess, there'll be more information to come from that. And we'll probably plug it at the start of the next episode to get people really excited.
Yeah.
And we've got shirts on the way. I'm excited. Flyer stickers.
Shirts. How many shirts?
I reckon we'll probably do about 40. That should sort everyone out.
Is that including the generous donation from Aiden?
From old mate, yeah.
Yeah. Shouts out.
So that's going to be exciting. It's going to be some real guerrilla marketing. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say?
About gorillas?
Yeah.
No, about all that. Yeah, no, just turn up.
Turn up and turn up.
Turn up and turn up. Turn up and turn up with a turnip. That's definitely going to get people there.
Yeah.
Oh, we shut that down.
Oh, yeah.
All right. See you later.
See you later.